Say less. Say less. Say less.
All right, so here's the former UFC interim welterweight champion Colby Covington, and whether he's banging on the Brazilians or going at fans on Twitter, there's a lot that encompasses this total package of Colby Covington. He's a hell of a fighter.
But ultimately, it's about the fighting, and the fighting ability is what has carried Colby to such a great start in his UFC career. A former champion, a guy that's been in there with the very best of the division, and when he's been in there, he's been able to get his hand raised. I always go back to the Rafael Dos Anjos fight, and I watch Colby put a pace on him that Dos Anjos, who is also known for his cardio, could not keep. It was inspiring to watch, and if you know Colby before fighting, you know that he trains as hard as anybody in the world to try to accomplish his goal.
So the path to UFC welterweight gold, of course, goes through the UK, courtesy of Leon Edwards' win over Kamaru Usman, but he's got to keep the focus where it belongs. He's got another hungry young challenger in front of him tonight.
Yeah, and Leon Edwards is one of those guys that can lock in. He's one of those guys that doesn't seem to me now from the outside to be a guy that falls in love with everything that comes with being the champion. He lives in the now, and he will have to do exactly that if he wants to retain his championship tonight. He's got to be able to use his boxing. Leon Edwards is fast.
Oh yeah.
Everything he does right. He's crisp. He's sharp, and he uses all of his tools. He is really the definition of mixed martial artist, and that will have to be on display tonight if he wants to keep his championship.
You're right, and he may not wow you with muscle mass, but this is quite a frame for the UFC's welterweight division. Leon Edwards has all eyeballs on him here tonight. And now our tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. And now one more time for the official introductions. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Colby Chaos Covington. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion of the world, Leon Rocky Edwards.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, folks, we are looking live at two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the game today. Colby Covington chasing that immortality, undisputed greatness against the incumbent, Leon Rocky Edwards.
Colby Covington has long lived at the top of this division. Leon Edwards now lives at the very top of the division. He is the champion, and he carries that championship swagger. The guy's a star, and his game is evolving every time we see him in the octagon, and he feels that now he's ready to solve the Colby Covington puzzle. Big right hook there by the champ.
All right, half guard form here, and a lot of offensive options, I would think, at his disposal.
Oh, he's got a ton of options. He has submission options, but I believe the safest option for him here is going to be to use his ground and pound. Build a base, posture up, throw big strikes, get back to position, build posture again, throw big strikes, and just really wear him down with a really secure position in half guard.
All right, side control now. Oh, the ground and pound is there. Oh, crucifix from the top position, DC. If you're on the bottom, what are you trying to do to get out?
On the bottom, you've got to start bridging. You've got to drive your feet and your heels into the mat. Start bridging and turning side to side, hoping that one of the arms slip through the cracks so that you can try to get back to a position where you can defend yourself. You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just got to move.
All right, so that opened up a cut around his eye area.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking shots too clean, and now a cut has opened up.
Oh, another huge ground strike landed by him there. How much more can one man take? All right, north-south position now. We'll see who transitions first. Covington's back in full mount. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, so some high-level stuff there on the ground, but as they make their way back to the feet, a huge response from the crowd, no surprise there.
I love all the grappling that was on display there, but fight fans want to see striking, and that's exactly what they're going to get as he finally makes his way back to his feet.
Edwards gets tagged by that stiff jab.
He's got to start kicking.
Well, that swelling is getting out of control to that end. You see the referee has paused the action, likely to call on the doctor. We'll see if this fight can continue, champ.
Well, it's so noticeable. You got to check on it. You got to make sure that this fighter is able to continue.
Looks as though the doctor is going to allow the fight to continue. For the athlete, may want to raise the guard a little bit.
He's got to raise the guard. He's got to take some chances because he's very limited in what he can do right now with that much swelling.
Ready.
All right, so some pretty significant adversity here, but the fight is going to continue. The doctor has left, and the ref gets us back underway.
This is right back underway, and it doesn't seem like there was too much thought.
Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
Oh! Good fight here, under 2 to go. Big elbow there, lands.
Oh, that's big. He's mixing up his target. He's throwing kicks, he's throwing punches.
Well, no denying that he rocked him, but couldn't quite get the finish.
He hurt him real bad. He couldn't find a shot that would put him to sleep. He threw a lot of punches, but he couldn't get the one to land on the button that would end the night.
Oh, that's a nice jab from Colby Covington. You know, it's amazing to think not all that long ago people didn't fancy him as striker. Now, looks like a fighter who can truly do it all.
He stood 24 minutes with Kamaru Usman. No takedown attempts, no wrestling. Stood right in the pocket and had a lot of success in that fight against the welterweight champion. He needs to shove the knees. Get his opponent's knee off of his belly so he can get to his feet.
Oh, it looks like he's got him in a crucifix now, DC. A lot of body weight from the top position. How does he go about trying to finish this fight?
He just needs to stay heavy. He's got to keep his weight down. He's got to be working, but not working recklessly, because this is a position that you can escape. Make sure you secure your opponent, and make sure you secure your opponent. Land strikes that matter and end this fight. I can see the ringside position starting to get up because that cut has gotten to a very bad place.
Well,
this man is landing brutal ground and pound.
We might get a stoppage here.
Very active off of his back. Lands a beautiful strike from the bottom.
Final seconds here of round 1. Edwards getting worked here from the top. Ground and pound strikes raining down. Close out for the end of round 1.
Stop.
All right, there's the end of the round, and hopefully not the end of the fight. He doesn't look as handsome as he did when he walked out. That is a severe gash on his face.
You knew this, okay? You got it under control. Don't worry about the blood, okay?
All right, let us show you all that was done in terms of the damage in that previous round. He has got a huge gash on his cheek.
I mean, there was that shot right there. That one landed and opened him up. What a nasty combination thrown by his opponent. But this cut now is another issue to deal with. He's got one of the best fighters in front of him, and he's dealing with this cut on the cheek.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 here. Oh, massive hip kick there. We'll see if he can finish. He's looking for that left hand. Not there.
He's hurt bad. Oh, nice right hand.
Wow, vicious uppercut. Going for the finish. Whiffs on that offering. Oh, the damage just continues to be inflicted. And with respect to the athletes, if this was a movie, I might just walk out. I don't need to see anymore.
I mean, I just don't need to see it. It's to a point now where it's getting a bit uncomfortable.
Blow of the fight.
I mean, it was perfect. It was...
All right, so no surprise to see the referee call for the ringside physician. Gonna come take a look at that damage more closely.
So much damage, J.A. This fight is done.
Yeah, doctor not here to make friends. He has no choice but to stop the fight. We have blood on our notes. Goes into the books as a TKO via doctor stoppage. All right, so that'll do it. TKO via doctor stoppage. And at some point, the doctor has no choice but to save the athlete from themselves. Too much damage to that cheek.
Absolutely. I mean, all these strikes just kept landing directly on his cheek. You know, it got the point to be so bad that once the doctor was brought into the octagon, he had no choice but to call this fight. And very rarely do we agree, but right now we agree with the decision.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Colby COVINGTON.
So there he is, the newly minted UFC welterweight champion. You had to look far and wide for people who were picking him in this spot tonight. As Dominic Cruz said, when you became the double champ, he got it done.
Not many people expected him to...
PlayStation